Done? Yep, we are live now. That is really, really exciting. So before we get started, I just would like to say thank you everyone for watching us in the QuickTalk Ignite special today. We are talking about strategy implementation with Ricardo Viana Vargas. And welcome everyone. Hello Ricardo, can you hear me?
Hello, Allan. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here and having the opportunity to talk to you about strategy implementation.
That is really, really cool. Where are you right now? I can see you're in the United States, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Philadelphia right now, in the suburbs of Philadelphia.
That is really nice. Okay, so I think I would like to introduce myself and then you can introduce yourself, Ricardo. So, hello everyone, my name is Allan Rocha and today I'm living in Denmark and I'm actually a Microsoft MVP. So I have been attending the Microsoft Ignite with the duty of providing this podcast and a very, very exciting session. I have been working in the PPM area for the last 15 years. I have 3 books written. Two of them is together with Ricardo Vargas, and I have 2 blogs that you can feel free and follow us. It's PPM for All and Mundo EPM. Ricardo, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, Allan, one more time, thank you very much for inviting me. It's a great honor and a privilege to be, and I am also an MVP. My background, I'm a chemical engineer. I'm an expert in project risk, portfolio management, and strategy implementation. This is what my focus is. I have 15 books published, 2 of them together.
15 books? Wow.
15, around 300,000 books sold. So it's something I like very much to do. Professionally, I was for 4 years, the 4 past years, director for project management and infrastructure at the United Nations, at their office in Denmark, where we met each other. I live on a plane, but technically I live in Lisbon, US, UK, and Denmark.
And a little bit of Brazil, right?
Yeah, and a little bit of Brazil, of course. I'm also Brazilian, and also I have a podcast called 5 Minutes Project Management Podcast. It's quite popular. It's around 450 episodes and about 3 million people listening. It's and where I talk during 5 minutes about anything around project management, risk management, leadership, and this kind of stuff.
Super cool. Yep. And just to mention that I saw that your podcast was considered the top 5 best podcasts in the project management area, correct? It's really nice.
Yeah, in several lists it was very well regarded, and I'm very happy to do that. And of course, I do this podcast. People can just listen to it, and what I tell, if they like, they listen. If they don't like, they just press the stop button, and that's it. So it's a very informal way of talking about the topic.
Really nice. So today we are talking about strategy implementation. So just to start our conversation, what are the biggest challenges organizations are facing today to become and keep competitive? How do you see this market today for these companies and organizations?
It's a very big question and a great topic, because today we see and we are facing such a huge volatility in the marketplace. The market is changing so dramatically with incoming products, incoming organizations, and what I see, and based on several reports I had access, one of the biggest challenges today, it's let's imagine an organization like a body, okay? So the strategy and the ideas comes from your brain. The project management piece are your arms, the execution of the work. The biggest challenge today is how organizations can translate proper this brain, this set of strategic ideas into the execution. And this is what we call today strategy implementation. So it's very important. For example, you have a strategy of growth in something. how you can make sure that the project you are doing is really, really contributing to that strategic value.
Oh, that's
And
really
this
interesting.
this is a very interesting topic that is a very big trend today on management, also on the project management side, on the strategy side. And exactly, it's how do we build these pieces? I think that one good example I can give to you also, it's imagine a bridge. One side of the bridge is the strategy, is your intent as an organization. For example, Microsoft intent as an organization. On the other side, you can see the outcomes and the results.
Yep.
So
How you make this connection.
It's exactly, it's the bridge. And the bridge, if we make a zoom on the bridge, what will we see there? We'll see that one component of this bridge is project management. One component of this bridge is agile models. One component of this bridge is leadership. One component of this bridge is change management. One component of this bridge is risk management. One component of this bridge is lean. It's a lean process, a lean manufacturing. So the key piece today is how you can assemble this bridge in a proper way that will allow this flow between strategy and execution.
This is really, really interesting because actually in my world, I feel that I'm in the arm. If I use the same metaphor as you, I'm the hands because I'm working a lot on helping companies in how to actually manage and assess their risks and how to actually keep their projects running the good way, but most of the time, and actually sometimes we don't know if they're actually following and contributing to the strategy, and this is really, really nice. So one thing I'm actually curious now, and I know this was not part of our initial conversation, but how you actually make sure that all these components in all these areas are working together in actually going to the same direction to contribute to the strategy of the organization?
Yeah, what is the missing piece is this is exactly what I'm working on now, right now with my new venture. It's exactly the using again an analogy. It's I'm trying to create and develop something like a universal plug that can connect different sources of energy into something. It's how we can make a good communication between the change management discipline, the change management research, with the risk management research and discipline. How you can make a clear connection between project management and, for example, on the waterfall and agile methods. So how you can communicate this. So now this is the big trend. It's how you can make this different that many times are perceived as different languages that they can communicate. Because imagine you have the strategy coming, you need to have the right connections here.
Exactly.
Otherwise you will execute perfectly the wrong projects.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about now. We can actually have all these building blocks that will contribute, but if you do not execute the right projects, this is just wasting money, correct? So it's very, very important. Yeah, really nice.
That's perfect. And also one piece that I forgot to mention on the bridge, on this bridge, is also this concept of integrating reporting. It's which kind of report can I bring from the bottom on the project execution that will make sense for the executive level and other senior levels to understand in terms of strategic contribution.
Really good. And actually, what you just said is exactly my next question is how actually you are communicating to the organization in the top level or the C level, what is actually their strategy? Are you having and being supported by any tool like Power BI or SQL Server, reporting services or something like that?
Yeah. Let me first, let me split your question in 2 points. The first one is communication must be simple and reliable. So if I can give you an advice to anyone about communication, it must be simple. You must to speak a language, means a visual language or a visual reporting that your audience, your public will understand. And second, on a very absolutely important point. You need to have reliable information. It doesn't matter that you create a very nice report that is not reliable. So you need to understand that this piece of reliability and easy communication is a key aspect of the process. And one thing that I'm very curious, because I saw we already spoke many times about Power BI.
Oops.
Based on what I saw, it's a fantastic tool for reporting and for sharing information. And I think that this is a great step that Microsoft is doing on an aim to become not strict to the project level. We need to understand this. And one more aspect on that communication that I want to share. It's a lot of people still see Microsoft Project and the PPM as a project management tool. But if you go to the PPM, you can see that several pieces of the puzzle, of the bridge I shared with you, they are already covered by the solution. So you can do a very reliable risk management. So you can do a risk log, an issue log. So you can do initiatives on risk management. You can have, with the reports and the strength of Power BI, you can do amazing reports. You can do a very reliable and competent reporting. So I think that you are even much better than I to talk about that.
Yeah.
But it's my understanding right on that.
You are totally right. And actually one of the things Microsoft is trying to do is to popularize the BI. It's make everyone able to build their own BI, analyze their data, and Power BI is actually providing not only for the end user, but also for organizations. Tomorrow I'm going to speak about this, exactly about how to create these organizational content packs that can provide a very easy and fast information across your company in different types of profiles and level of data and everything. So with one click, you can select exactly the type of data you want to share with a specific public, and everybody will have access to this data. And Power BI will also provide you all the infrastructure necessary to automatically refresh this data. You are talking about reliability, and this is really important because every time I go to my report, I don't need to care that the data is up to date because Power BI is actually doing that job for me. So I can even schedule refresh every hour or every day or every week depending on your data set. And I can see Power BI growing and growing and growing. And even more, one thing that is really important is Power BI now with the new technology called Embedded, you are even able to embed Power BI in different systems. So imagine, you said that you are building a connector that can actually connect all these components, risk management, project management, resource management. Power BI can be embedded on each one of these areas, even though if you're using a different system, for example. So this is really, really cool because Power BI is popularizing, is making BI popular for everyone and easy for everyone to access. And this is really, really nice.
Yeah, Allan, this is super interesting. One point you said, and I want to go back to mention it again. When we think about the Power BI, and when you said to me about the customization of it, this is exactly what the executives and the market needs, because it's not. We need to forget the concept of one size fits all. So let's go back to a newspaper. If you take a newspaper every morning, you go to a newspaper, and what do you read? You read what the publisher wants you to read, right? On page 1, on page 2, you don't choose. So now what you can do, you can say, okay, on my corporate of strategy making decision process, I want to see more about this project. I want to see more financial information on this. I want to see what is the more detailed level of that project. And you can create your own view. And maybe you, Allan, can have a different view over the same set of data.
Exactly.
And this is the biggest trend. And in the past, to do that, it was very expensive and it required a lot of effort to do that.
A lot of
now
resources, time.
Yeah, and this, I think, it's a very, very relevant trend.
I totally agree. And like I said, Power BI was a game changing in this area because, like you said, it was very expensive and was costly. You need a lot of time to actually implement this. Today, you can work with Power BI for free, and anyone can start at the moment that they want. They just need to go to app.powerbi.com and sign up for free and start using. This is really cool. Another question that was also not part of our agenda, but I think will be very interesting. The strategy implementation, it's something that is meant for organizations and also for the C-level. So that means that your users or who is actually consuming this strategy implementation information needs to have mobile access, right? They are traveling. Like you said that you are actually living in a plane. You're traveling all the time. And also, this is something that makes sense for your type of work today, that you need mobility, you need to have access anywhere you are.
Of course. It's not only, let me open your point, it's not only for the executives, it's just everybody, from the intern to the most senior executive. The mobile applications are there to stay, and this is a fact. And this, for me, it's a no-brainer. Means I need to know exactly what's going on in my hands. So this is a real fact. Yeah.
That's another connection, because Power BI, as soon as you build your reports in your cloud or using any data source, Power BI allow you to actually travel and have all this data with the Power BI mobile app that also works in your iPhone, iPad, any kind of devices, which is really, really cool. And one more thing, I think it's, do you like to say something else, or do you have anything else to add?
I have just two comments that we didn't cover, and I think it's super valuable here. It's one thing, when I said about this bridge and the components of this bridge on the strategy, I said about a waterfall PM, I said about agile, and now a lot of people are talking about, what is better and what is not better. And I want to advise everybody, because I'm certified on both and I work on both environments. But it doesn't matter on what is better. Each of them has its strengths and weakness. What is the good thing for you to implement proper the strategy through projects is to combine the best of everything.
To fit your need, right?
Yeah, the best thing you need to have in your mind is that it's not one knife and one fork. It's a Swiss arm knife with a lot of tools that you use in different circumstances to different things. This is something you really, really need to care about.
That's
okay.
Really,
this
really
is something
important.
You really, it's really critically important that you take this. And also, another aspect is that, of course, I'm an MVP. I'm not probably as technical as you, but one important thing is that behind that is all the leadership, cultural, and the change management component, because it's a different way of doing business that we need to be super aware of it.
That's very important. And I also, always when I talk to my customers or even my friends, I say to all of them that we are able to train anyone or with the most difficult profile in less than 2 days. But the most important is make this person being trained to use that tool that he was trained.
Yep.
So it's the
Perfect.
change management, is the adoption as a service, and with Microsoft Office 365, with all these new great features that comes every day, we need to be adopting this. We need help of outsiders and people that are following to keep us up to date what are the best tools to be used on a specific time. So I really totally agree with you with that. It's really, really important that we need to change this. One more thing, as you said, you used to be the director of project management and services at United Nations, which sounds like a very, very great experienced job. Would like to comment and give us maybe a little bit of what you have seen there before?
Yeah, it was a fantastic job because it's an opportunity to work on a very different environment, because you use all these tools and all these techniques to help people in need. So it was a fantastic experience during the past 4 years. And now I'm moving to a very different venture. I cannot disclose too much about it.
Oh my God.
But it will be focused on exactly this missing piece on the bridge. So
that is really
it's
cool.
exactly focused on that. So I'm sure people will enjoy it.
That is really, really cool. So I think, Ricardo, first of all, thank you very much for your time and all your comments and everything. Unless you would like to add something else, I would like to maybe say thank you, and I think we are done for today.
Just thank you very much, and I hope you have a fantastic Microsoft Ignite. Thanks, Microsoft, for allowing me to speak some words, and thanks to you, Allan, for the invitation, okay? Until next time.
That was my pleasure. Thank you very much. See you soon.
You.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
I just would like to add a few more comments, so let me close this before everything. So, hello everyone, and thank you again for watching this quick talk together with me directly from the Ignite Special Strategy Implementation with Ricardo Vargas. And I would like to invite you for my tomorrow's session at 10:45, creating powerful reports with Project Online. We are going to show a lot of Project Online, a lot of Power BI, Power Apps, how you can use Power Apps in your daily work. So you are always welcome to join us in our sessions tomorrow, and see you soon, and enjoy Ignite. Bye-bye. Done?